Bonjour, hello there. Welcome to the news review. And guess whom the net dragged in? Mama V.
Hey, how are you?
I nearly gave you the initials MOB, and then I realized that no, it's MOA, not MOB.
More like more.
Moa.
Yeah.
You remember? That reminds me of, Aquaman?
Oh, yeah.
He's what? Obviously, didn't he? Wamwamwa. It's a Momoa, right? Something Momoa. Is it Jason or one of those?
Yeah. How was your weekend?
My weekend was okay. It's been quite a while. I did my jogging thing on Saturday. It was refreshing.
Okay.
A friend saw me on the route and told me that at a point I looked as though I were about to go to heaven. No, sorry, if I ever had a day. It really helps me physically, so it's a good thing. I got a lot of rest over the weekend as well. Went to really see family, so it was good. And of course, church.
Okay.
How was church?
I didn't go to church yesterday. No excuse. I mean, no excuse is reasonable enough, really. But it was a very relaxing weekend.
Right.
Yeah.
No, I can tell. You know how? You know how? From your face. The face carries a whole lot. You can tell when someone is.
I had a lot of rest as well. So.
Yeah.
And I just did nothing most of the time, and it was really cool. When's the last time you went outside your gates? Okay. And I have got trees outside my gate. I don't know if you do, but this was the first time that I actually sat under one of those trees.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so
nature.
This was,
you were bonding with nature.
This was about 3 days of basically just relaxing, and it was really good. We hope that you all had a wonderful weekend as well, because we're faced with a brand new week and we have to be very productive.
So based on what you said, I'm going to test you a bit.
What?
Today I don't feel like doing anything. Anything at all. Ooh, ooh.
Today I feel like doing a lot. It's the opposite.
Who sang that song? Do you remember?
Bruno Mars, definitely.
I'll catch a grenade for you.
Yeah.
Will you catch a grenade?
Excuse me?
Okay. Let's get into the papers. I have the Daily Dispatch, Republic Press, The Custodian, the Daily Statesman, The Finder, all the Viz, right? And Daily Graphic as well.
All right, and I will be going through the Ghanaian Times, the Daily Guide, the Ghanaian Publisher, Economy Times, and the Business and Financial Times.
Okie doke. Let's start from your end.
All right, let's begin with the Daily, the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
The Daily Ghanaian Times.
On the front page is the big one, and we'll be following this story for you. 2 police, military officers, 8 others charged, granted a total of 18 million Ghana cedis bail for conspiring to commit high treason. Now, this is a very familiar one, except that the charges now are pretty new. So this has been developing for a while now with totally new charges now, and this is like the highest you could get on the land. We will get into details of that. Man 42 arrested over gruesome murder of girlfriend 27, I beg your pardon, and this happened in the Western region. Stop posting my nude pictures. Ekrapim Polo appeals to Ghanaians. Ghana Health Service expresses concern about low public interest in fights against malaria. Also another story in the paper today. It was in our news a while ago. If you go to page 3, more crime stories. Alleged murder of girlfriend 26 in Ho discharged from hospital. That's the 26-year-old man, Joe Dodo, who allegedly killed his girlfriend by slashing her throat in their room before splitting his own belly open with a knife in a suicide bed. He was discharged from hospital last Tuesday. And then the story of in Shama, Kumasi, in the Shama district of the Western region, where Papa JB, a landlord, 42, allegedly murdered his girlfriend Rita Opoku, 27.
The hammerman.
Yeah. Police reports indicated that a struggle ensued between JB and Rita in the landlord's room before the lady was killed. The rest of the story is on page 3 in the center spread. Adenta police investigates demolition of house at Oyarefa. And then on the back page, sports stories there. We will leave that, Oh, is it all sports? Yeah. Oh, Kotoko succumbed to Mediama. We're not leaving that. We're highlighting on that. So check out what's on the back page of the...
Yeah, we're still second on the league log. Where are you guys?
Ghanaian Times
Can you add where Accra Heart of Old is?
Let's check out what's on the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
Oh, I see you guys.
To Mediama. Legon City's dreams share points. Legon City's hearts draw. Dwarfs humiliate Olympics. What kind of headline is that?
Well, if you check out, you would see that it was indeed a bit of a humbling moment for them.
Yeah, but is it for them to say, just give us the score? That's it for the Ghanaian Times newspaper.
The headlines must be catchy. That's what they used to sell their papers. By the way, just to confirm, Amavi wouldn't confirm, but on the league log, Accra Hearts of Old, yeah, they are at number 4. The day the Hearts of Oak fans will come up.
Well, just so you know, we're actually number 3. But the point is that that's not the headline. The headline is that Mediama. Oh.
But are they not a team after what happened?
Headline on the back page.
Are they not top of the league log?
I think that my director didn't put it there. Did you see the back page of the Ghanaian Times?
Are they not top of the league log? It tells you that Omenye team 4.
Kotoko succumbed to Mediama. That's the headline. That's what we're talking about.
The Daily Graphic this morning says Ajabeng penciled in for special prosecutor. Check like my former lecturers, Nina, from Krapatu. Okay, so Ajabeng penciled in for special prosecutor position. He's a legal practitioner and lecturer at the University of Ghana School of Law, and he's expected to be nominated as a special prosecutor. I'll bring you details of that. COVID-19 cases shoot up at KIA. This one has got all of us worried. That's on page 16 of the paper. And it talks about Frontier Health Services, sending in some sort of statement to Mr. Yao Kwakwa, who is actually at the helm of affairs at the Ghana Airport Company. And we'll be getting details of that story. Suspected coup plotters granted 18 million Ghana cedi bail. That's also on page 16. Pictures there of ACP Dr. Benjamin Agojo, who has been saying that he is being victimized for simply expressing his opinion, and Dr. Frederick McPalm, all boiling down to the Take Action Ghana group and some of what they supposedly, allegedly were doing. When you go to page 5, African Union urges end to military rule in Chad. You remember that in recent times. Debi's son, Mahamat Debi, became the new leader of Chad, contrary to what the constitution says about the Speaker of Parliament taking over. Some call it a coup. Others have said, no, this is the way to go. And interestingly, France and other countries have sanctioned this. Interesting times indeed. Liberia pledges to prevent attacks on Côte d'Ivoire from its territory. In other stories, let's check out page, let's go to the middle spread of the paper. Okay, so before that, page 23, Kumasi battling with sanitation issues. When you go to the center spread, let's quickly get there. Quite a packed paper today. Crushing crashes, fatalities on roads. I like this one. Crushing crashes, fatalities on roads. It reminds me of our own Seth Kwame Boateng and his piece, Crushed. That's there, and it feeds into our conversation today. On the back page, Dwarfs dismantle Olympics in Cape Coast. So if you didn't like the first one, humiliate, check out this one. Dwarfs dismantle Olympics in Cape Coast.
I'll take that. I'll take that, but humiliation.
When you are thrashed by 4 goals to 1, it is indeed a
but whose conclusion is that? I mean, I think
the Daily Graphic is concluding, the Ghanaian Times
No, I like the dismantle. I don't like humiliate. I think it's too strong. It's a game, y'all.
Right. Let's check out some old papers.
Daily Guide newspaper on the front page. Coup plotters re-arrested, facing high treason. It should be alleged, really, because this has not been proven in court. NPP used juju to hide my good works, according to Mahama. That's the headline that they gave. But this is his interview with Kofi TV, and here's a quote. out of which this headline, I guess, came about. I believe that two things, spiritual and physical aspects, caused my electoral defeat. And he's talking about 2016-2020. On the spiritual aspect, you could see that the people clearly did not see my projects. Sometimes people become blindfolded, so they will not see one's positive actions and efforts to bring transformation, just as it happened to me, on quotes. And he adds, all that I did to develop the state did not please the people, and I suspect some spirits caused that, on quotes. You can read on in the
Let me ask you a quick one. Do you believe in spiritism or spirituality or superstition when it comes to football, when it comes to politics? Do you believe it has an impact?
I don't know what to believe.
Hey,
the two things
you should believe something.
The two things that you mentioned. What did you say? Politics
football,
and what?
Football
and politics. I don't know, honestly. I don't know.
So you sit on the fence.
I don't.
You neither believe nor disbelieve.
I don't know. I mean, when I'm watching football, I'm not thinking spirituality.
I guess you missed out on those times when people were seeing players with amulets and so many things.
Oh, I mean, I've heard sometimes they say there's something in the post, or if they put water out there. I mean, I hear those things, yeah, but I mean, I don't.
But your own Karela, the Ancobra, no, say, then do something, eh? But it took Kotoko to break down, the system. What you say?
In the center spread of the Daily Guide newspaper, you'd see the News One pullouts, which has the the entertainment stories. And this picture of Ekriapimpo, was she wailing? Was she crying? Like in those lashes?
I saw a caption, and Polo wept.
This one says, please forgive me, Ekriapimpo weeps. I mean, it's funny. Actually, doesn't look like a crying person. I think this whole press conference, whoever advised that they should do this.
No, it's clear it was a media stunt. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. It was a media stunt.
And then the other headline in the Ghanaian Times that says, stop posting my nude picture. Check out how she dressed for the press conference. I mean, you don't even have to preach it. You're leading the people on, aren't you? Okay, now let's talk about something serious. I got married at 18 when I was a millionaire. That's a Nollywood actress, Omotola, who says no lady who is financially unstable should consider marriage. The actress said this in a recent interview with BBC Yoruba, revealing that she got married at 18 because she was a millionaire. Oh, okay. So what? Right now she's what, a billionaire or a? Okay. So if you're not financially stable, don't go into it.
Republic Press newspaper. Court jails Labour 15 years for defiling Girl 2. And Priaso MP urges government to fix Adoso Amanfrom Road to boost local production of onion. Akufo-Addo Bawumia, Father Campbell hold iftar with Chief Imam at Jubilee House. And treason, that's the major one. Alajo, coup suspects charged. Then there's the bit about, of course, those 10 persons accused of hatching the plot to destabilize the country, supposedly have been granted bail in the total sum of 18 million Ghana cedis after being charged with high treason. And this one by Sam Jonah, Sir Sam Jonah, he says, culture of silence is back. What do you think? Culture of silence is back. Ghana recording unprecedented COVID-19 cases at KIA. Those are the major stories in Republic Press. Of course, on the back page, you can see Akufo-Addo Bawumia and Father Campbell holding that iftar with Chief Imam at Jubilee House.
All right, let's do the financial newspapers now. Starts with the Business and Financial Times on the front page. About the stock market rebound in trading activity doubles growth on stock market. Major utility tariff review imminent. No proposals reviewed yet, according to the Public Utilities Regulatory Commission. Let's Make Accra Work project kicks off with massive cleanup in 4 constituencies. The Labour Front May Day celebration must recognize Labour centres, according to a group called Forum. And RegSec warns Galamsey operators in Western Region. All right, that story with pictures is on the back page of the paper. And Goldfields Damai Mine awards scholarships to university students and visually impaired children.
Let's do the Custodian newspaper now. Leave lasting legacy by ending Galamsey. Inusaf Husseini, who's on the other side, urges Akufo-Addo. And Akufo-Addo himself has been saying that he wants to stamp out Galamsey before this term is over. Government will manage Ghana's debt CVM to Sam Jonah. And Galamsey claims over 5,000 hectares of cocoa farmlands. The time that we will have to do a quick review, I will definitely take a look at that. That story, I should say. And then I'm sad we lost. Kotoko coach Mariano Barreto reacts to the Diama defeat. That's on the back page of the paper.
Economy Times. Fitch projects 4.6 growth for first half 2021. TUSO hopeful minimum wage will be welcomed by all employees. Digitalization of the SUSU is to enhance financial inclusion, according to the Bank of Ghana. I guess that will be it for the Economy Times.
The main story that I'll highlight in the Daily Statesman, a Japa deal is innovative. Dr. Manteo urges government to factor public scrutiny into its comeback. You know, the coalition of CSOs, they used to be, just because this is coming to mind, the only words coming to mind, rabidly opposed to it, and I had my own grave concerns with the Ejapa deal, but it's been quite an about face, an about turn in recent times, and the chairman of the civil society platform on oil and gas, and that's his name, Dr. Steve Manteo, has noted that the intent of maximizing revenue in the extractive sector through the Ejapa royalties deal is not a bad idea, adding that it is rather innovative. More in the Daily Statesman newspaper.
Okay, there's the Meridian newspaper. One headline that I like to pick from here, if you check out what's on the front page, says Gabi Razak fights Manasseh and others. This has been rolling out on Facebook over culture of silence claims. You mentioned the originator of those comments, say Sam Jonah, and there's fallout of that. If you monitor social media, I guess you can figure out where this is going. It hasn't stopped. It's still very much developing. So,
a big developing story there. The Finder newspaper now. A country without systems and data will struggle to develop. That's according to Dr. Baumia. Economist doubts government's ability to find money for Agenda 111. That has been trending as well. Galamsey fight will be won. President Akufo-Addo promises more heavy-handed approach in his second term. But Mr. President, I'll say to you, let us see it rather than, hear it. We've moved from 54, NTU now by way of turbidity levels. We're at 3,000. We've moved from about hundreds when it comes to the coloration. We are now at 5,000. We'll need much more than talk to get to this. So let's get down to it. A Catholic priest working hand in hand with a Muslim vice president is an honor and a privilege. That's according to Father Campbell. Let's use the rest of the time to dig into some of the stories. Mama,
you go ahead.
Okay, so let's start with something we're talking about now. Galamsey claims over 5,000 hectares of cocoa farmlands. That's in the Custodian newspaper. And it says, so that's supposed to be on page 2. Interestingly, it's one of those stories that have made it to page 3. So official reports indicate that over 5,000 hectares of cocoa farmlands in the western north region alone have been destroyed by illegal mining activities, popularly known as Galamsey. The DCE, in charge of, Deputy Chief Executive, I should say, in charge of agronomy and quality control at the Ghana Cocoa Board, Dr. Emmanuel Jumo, disclosed this worrying phenomenon at a 2-day national consultative dialogue on small-scale mining, the same one we were talking about. Quoting him, he says, when you come to the eastern and Ashanti regions, the situation is same, and as we speak, more harm is being done in these cocoa communities. Dr. Jumo said it was as a result of the negative impacts of Galamsey that the EU had threatened to ban cocoa from Ghana. You know, where I've got to right now, and today I'm going to put out a bit of a piece, hopefully on my Joy Online as well and on social media. I've had it up to here, maybe up to my eyebrows with this talk about Galamsey and we're doing this because look, it's a recipe for disaster. We are leaving disaster, not just for ourselves, but for posterity. It's time for the cheap talk to cease and for the big walk to actually be brought to bear. from leadership right down to everybody. Because I always say there are politicians involved who are creating a mess. There are religious people involved. The Chinese ambassador, he said something that irked a lot of Ghanaians. But look at what he says. He says if the Chinese don't know where to go, they would to do galamsey, they wouldn't be doing what they are doing. Guess what? The owners of the land, the chiefs, our politicians, all of them are involved, and some media people too have been compromised, so they will not even speak up. That's the problem.
So, you know, this revelation about cocoa farmlands, one of the things, and at this consultative meeting, which I also attended, one of the issues, so Cocoa Board is highlighting, but guess what? They can't do anything about this. They can't stop it, essentially. And I think even more revealing is the fact that some of these cocoa farmers themselves give the farmlands out. So sometimes when they come with a lot of money.
The other day when I had Nana Aye here, he has 100 acres or hectares of cocoa land.
Yeah, so they give it out because somebody is ready to give them $5,000, $10,000, and they can use it to either put up a building or buy a car, because they are not making enough from the cocoa farm. So they voluntarily, some of them, give it out. We talked about sun winning last week. When Nana Jim also put the spotlight, sometimes they actually don't even know that the farms are being destroyed for things like that. So it's just, I think that honestly, I think we're just overwhelmed by all the issues.
Mama,
like it's just,
it takes time to build an addiction. It takes time to build a problem, and it also takes time for you to get rid of it. You get it? But are we committed to the process? That is the big question. Nana came and sat here the other day, and he's a big cocoa farmer, rice farmer as well. He was mentioning how even some of the sums of money, you know, the go-betweens, the third parties or the middlemen who are to ensure that they get their money. Sometimes even that, there are so many things happening. And we're sitting there, the Chinese have started producing, and we are saying, oh, their weather is not good, their climate's this and that. Ayo. We wait.
All right, we'll do myjoyonline.com. We'll use the 2 minutes that we have left to just let you know what's going on our website.
Can I sneak in something from Sam before we do a minute of My Joy Online? Can I?
Go ahead.
So page 3, Republic Press, Sir Samuel Essen Jonah, one of the most prominent and wealthiest Ghanaian businessmen, has said that the media landscape in Ghana is highly polarized and partisan because it is owned by politicians, something that has hindered the independence and objectivity of the media. He asked, what is the status of the role of the media in holding the executive, judiciary, and legislature accountable as the fourth estate of the realm? I just wanted to leave all of you with that, to ponder that.
All right, myjoyonline.com. This issue is the U.S. University denies FDA lawyer admission because of the returned bribe scandal. So she wanted to go to school in the U.S. They denied her admission. She decided to ask why, and it turned out because of an ongoing investigation. So you can check out the details there. We talked about Frontiers Healthcare Services raising alarm on increase in COVID-19 cases at KIA, calls for new guidelines. And guess what? Active cases. We don't talk about it, but we actually have active cases. 1,469 active cases, 8 in critical condition, 26 severe. And so COVID is still pretty much around, except that we don't talk about it like we used to. Plenty of other stories on myjoyonline.com. You can read Sir Sam Jonah's piece, his presentation, Empower Citizenry Not Create Loot and Share Schemes Disguised as Investments. Lots of areas that he touched, and we can all relate to it. We can pretend that we don't believe what he is saying or criticize what he's saying, but we know that he's actually saying the truth right there. So it's plenty of other stories on myjoyonline.com.
The bit about COVID that you mentioned, the spike, at least as far as KIA is concerned, which has also generated concerns about the protocols from elsewhere when people are coming into Ghana. Yesterday, an elderly friend of mine was telling me that she was at this party, and the lady, later they found out that this lady had contracted COVID-19. Guess what? The lady had taken the vaccine, the jab, and everything. The point I'm trying to make is, especially when you've just taken the first bit of the vaccine, even when you've taken 2, don't let your guard down. it doesn't mean because you've taken the jab, you can, it doesn't work that way. So let's take more caution, adopt more caution.
Okay, so that's where we have to end the review. Coming up next, we've got sports right here on the AM show. Please do stay with us.